She told the world her baby boy had cancer,
I said he had a tumor.
convinced physicians and even her own husband that she was a doctor.
I never said I wasn't a doctor.
But Monika Burgett was a wolf in mom's clothing, defrauding friends and family out of at least $40,000. Now,
Did you spend any time in jail?
I did.
out on bail and awaiting sentencing after her convictions for child endangerment and felony fraud. This self-proclaimed Dr. Mom has agreed to sit down and tell us everything, at least her version of everything.
You strike me as lying effortlessly. Do you think you're a pathological liar?
It was a dramatic scene, an apparent pillar of the community, a mother of three arrested and exposed as a fraud.
I was surrounded by SWAT and pulled over, and I was in jail, and what they asked me was, we have some allegations and we want to investigate them.
That investigation would eventually untangle a web of lies the Austin, Texas mom really started spinning after the birth of her youngest son, Jackson.
He was 24, 25 weeks. He was barely a pound. And within the first 48 hours, Jack really struggled. He was put on breathing and feeding and everything.
She says after that, Jack's health only got worse. Then when Jack was around 1, he was diagnosed with a condition called neurofibromatosis, or NF, a rare genetic disorder that can cause non-cancerous tumors.
Unfortunately, there's not very many NF clinics that work with kiddos this young, so Austin sent us to Dallas.
And from there, she says doctors in Dallas sent her to a hospital in Houston, where she was eventually referred to Cincinnati Children's Hospital in Ohio. But was Monika really chasing the best care for Jack, or was she running away from something else? Turns out there was one detail she left out the first time through this story.
When we left Austin, it wasn't on good terms. The doctors then were concerned about the medical care that we were giving Jack, that we were overzealous and that we were over-exaggerating, or me mainly. They thought we were having unnecessary medical procedures done to him.
A claim she denies.
Austin did an investigation. We went through it and they closed the case. There was no findings whatsoever.
But doctors in Austin did alert Jack's new doctors in Cincinnati, and that's where things really start to unravel.
Looking over your case, one thing definitely stuck out to me is that everyone thought you were a doctor.
They did.
Your husband thought you were a doctor? The actual doctors thought you were a doctor. Why is that?
That's because I told him I was. It was a lie that started a long time ago, and I never said that I was Jackson's doctor. I never represented myself as a practicing pediatrician. I said I was an infectious disease physician. And once that lie was set, I couldn't say no because it was already in the medical records.
Even your own husband?
Yeah, it was
How long have you been married?
We've been married 11 years.
More than a decade.
Mm-hmm.
Your husband thought you were a doctor.
Correct.
And you're involved in your son's medical treatments and diagnoses.
I don't know that I was involved. I never gave medical recommendations. I never said, because of my expert opinion, should this happen to Jack?
But that's precisely one of the reasons she was arrested, with prosecutors arguing in court that based on Monika's descriptions of the symptoms, doctors prescribed strong opioids like methadone and oxycodone, drugs they wouldn't have administered had they known Monika wasn't a physician.
And is that the root of the child endangerment? That opioids were prescribed gratuitously? They weren't needed?
That and oxygen, that he had excess oxygen that they prescribed as well.
By posing as a doctor, did you ever think I'm endangering my child?
No, I didn't actually. At some point it was a crutch because I needed them to hear me when Jack was in tremendous amounts of pain.
But it's one thing if you thought, all right, I need to think of something that would get these doctors to listen to me, so this is going to be my Hail Mary approach. But you've been posing as a doctor before Jackson was even born. This wasn't just recent.
No, it wasn't. No. So it definitely wasn't used to benefit Jack. That lie had already been there, so I didn't use it to call-in favors.
Naturally the viewer is thinking to himself, why should I buy one line of what she's saying?
Because if you look at Jack and you look at his medical records, he was clearly in pain. He definitely, something was wrong.
But that's where the biggest point of contention comes in. While no one doubts Jack really does have some serious medical issues, it's what Monika told people those issues were that's created the real problem.
This is the felony. This is the big conviction. Basically, the allegation was, and you were convicted on it, is that you pretended your son had cancer and set up a GoFundMe page to solicit donations, and the donations came rolling in up to $40,000.
So first, the GoFund was set up by a friend. There were 2 GoFunds. The second GoFund never stated he had cancer.
Oh, come on.
No.
No. I mean,
you can definitely read it.
No. But, and here is where I'm going to have a major problem with you.
Okay.
Is because it's obvious you were trying to get across the point that he has cancer. You stated that he had a brain tumor. You shaved his head. You shaved his eyebrows. He has tubes up his nose. I mean, come on.
So I didn't shave his head. And again, we have pictures at MD Anderson. They shaved his head.
According to Monika, doctors in Houston shaved Jack's head for an unrelated procedure.
Did the doctor shave his eyebrows as well?
No, Jackson pulls at his hair and his eyes.
He pulled out every single eyebrow.
No, not all of his eyebrows were gone.
I mean, yeah, all his eyebrows are gone. I'm looking at the picture right, and all his eyebrows are gone. It's obvious that the inference is cancer.
If you want to know what getting caught in a lie looks like, keep watching.
So I should state clearly, I never shaved it, but we did have his eyebrows shaved so he would not pull them to redirect the adverse behavior.
So now his eyebrows, you did shave his eyebrows.
So I did not shave him. We had him done at Cincinnati Children's when we were there.
Okay, you just said that he pulled the eyebrows.
Correct. So that he would not continue to pull them, we shaved them.
Who shaved, not shaved, it was getting hard to keep up. But then, it wasn't just the missing eyebrows that had mine raised.
Why did you tell a volunteer that Jackson was undergoing chemo?
One of the 2 people who testified, I said yes. We were talking about methods of how we were going to treat him, and I said
Chemo.
yes.
Chemo. Now,
But again,
what is chemo for?
for cancer.
Okay.
But to clarify,
You're lying. I mean, you're just lying gratuitously. You just told me that you never inferred that Jackson had cancer. Now you're saying you told one of these volunteers he was undergoing chemotherapy.
Well, it was one particular one. Yes, I did.
You're a flat-out liar.
I am, absolutely.
But if she'll admit that, then why? What were the real reasons behind Monika Burgett's deceptions?
Are you disassociated from reality? To come up with this plot? To use your kid as a prop?
So
You were telling another volunteer
Coming up.
there's either a serious mental health issue with you, or you are a stone-cold scam artist. I do so many interviews. I think I'm a good read on individuals. You strike me as lying effortlessly, as though it's a pathology. Do you think you're a pathological liar?
No, I don't, but I can understand why you think I am.